And we are wrestling with AEW Double or Nothing review. It
I
was,
choose nothing.
huh?
I choose nothing.
Alright.
I
Well,
wasn't sure. Dang it.
unfortunately not. But, this was last Sunday, and honestly, not the worst thing AEW's ever done. I mean, considering just the atmosphere alone of a full crowd was, definitely weird and great at the same time. What was
Ah,
your
they were all Android.
not Apple?
No, Android meaning literally, which is the legal term for a humanoid robot.
Ah. So let's get into it. Hangman Page defeated Brian Cage in 12 minutes and 2 seconds. Um, honestly, Hangman Page has had some really good matches on AEW. And honestly, solid opener. Your thoughts?
Should Hangman Page be the new FTW champion?
I don't think he gives an F.
Or TNW for that matter?
Very true. It does seem like there's some uh beef between Brian Cage and the rest of Team Taz. I'm sure he's fine. AEW Tag Team Championship match. The Young Bucks defeated John Moxley and Eddie Kingston in 21 minutes and 7 seconds. I kind of felt like this could have been a 5-star match, but it just kind of wasn't. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know what was a bigger letdown, this or the explosion.
Well, I mean, the explosion was a big letdown, but do you think this is on the competitors, or them not having chemistry, or what? Because it seemed like nothing could come together for these guys.
Yeah, I don't know if it was really more of them going through the motions. Um, Almost as if Moxley knew that wasn't where he wanted to be.
Hmm. Do you think Moxley was a little booper faced?
I'm thinking Moxley is starting to grow very unhappy.
Hmm. Next match, Jungle Boy won the Casino Battle Royal for a shot at the AEW World Championship in 23 minutes and 29 seconds. You
And
called this one.
yes, I did. Oh, that's a great feeling. I told you. I told you, just watch. It's gonna be Jungle Boy. Everyone's gonna think it's gonna be Christian Cage to win, but no. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Alrighty then. Um, I mean, uh, Jungle Boy was the right guy to win this match. I mean, they wasn't giving it to Leo Rush. Um,
God.
and Christian, I mean, that would defeat. They would essentially become WWE if they did that. No, or Impact.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be. Yeah, It had to have been an AEW talent to win this. Otherwise, yeah, you're right. It would have just been WWE all over again.
Yeah, because WWE talent can't go over AEW originals, right? That being said, our next match, the American Nightmare, the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, defeated Anthony Ogogo in 12 minutes and 2 seconds. This was Ogogo's match to win that he lost.
Oh, no.
There were a no-no on the Ogogo.
And it was so.
If you say so.
Cody always has to make it his show. I have no more rhymes.
Yeah, not myself. So, yeah. TNT Championship match. Miro defeated Lance Archer in 10 minutes and 3 seconds. I felt like this was only to get Miro a win and maybe make us believe that he's TNT champion rather than an actual feud that I wanted to see.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see it. I mean, technically they're both heels.
Well,
Because
there's, a gray area in AEW where nobody's technically
well,
a face or a
I
heel.
mean, then why do they have face entrances and heel entrances? What do you think those two tunnels were for?
So when they see each other in the back, they don't kill each other.
Nope. One is for faces, one is for heels. It's actually a very old school setup.
Yeah, well. Talking about old school heels, AEW Women's Championship match, Britt Baker, DMD, with Rebel, not Reaper, defeated Hikaru Shida in 18 minutes and 18 seconds. This was Britt Baker's match to win, and she actually won. Now, does she do something with it?
Hopefully hopefully it doesn't, become just like a wall decoration on Adam Cole's Twitch channel, which you can find at twitch.tv/the chugs.
So, Adam Cole's Bay, bringing home the gold.
Yeah, and surprisingly, there's a user on the channel whose username is Cole's Bay, but it's not Britt Baker. But they are a mod on Adam Cole's channel. But yes, this was Britt's match to win. Finally, the question is, can they get her some quality opponents?
I mean, Chris Statlander seems like she's primed and ready. I mean, we don't need another Nyla Rose debacle. But I mean, they're probably going to go with Nyla Rose because she beat. Well, I don't really want to say that because does AEW really go with stuff like that? I mean, there is talent in AEW's women roster. There's just not a lot of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So is Britt Baker finally where she needs to be?
Yes, it's just a matter of will there be enough support.
Alright. Talking about support, Darby Allin and Sting defeated Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page in 15 minutes and 33 seconds. Sting's first sanctioned match in 6 years. How do you think he did, Scooter?
He did pretty good.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's still a little cringeworthy seeing him wrestle because, like, he did have that injury, but I suppose everything is good now. But I don't know. I kind of still feel skeptical about it, iffy. But let me ask this question: was this more about Sting having a match again, or helping Darby Allin out?
Little from column A, little from column B. They want that marquee match. They want at least Sting and Jericho, to maybe even head up the next major pay-per-view that is in someplace else.
All out.
If on,
All out's the next
then
pay-per-view.
then I would probably I would expect for All Out then Sting and Darby against Jericho and Guevara.
Hmm. So you think these matches are kind of like warm-up matches to get Sting ready for a singles match?
Yes.
All right. What does it do for Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page to lose to Sting, or just being in the ring with Sting?
I think at this point, if you lose to a legend like Sting, it's not harmful to the career. I mean, Page and Sky, uh, clearly they're going to have a feud with SCU coming.
I thought Daniels retired essentially.
Anyway, did SCU ever get their tag title shot?
Yes, they did. It was a bloody mess, and they lost.
Okay, which means Sky and Kazarian into a feud.
I mean, if they
Oh,
bring over Josh Alexander from Impact, it could be
they won't,
Kazarian and Alexander.
that they won't do. But you know who will? You know who they will bring? Curry Man.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's that guy. Oh, it was announced that Mark Henry has signed with AEW and is all elite. If Mark Henry signs a contract with AEW, in the woods, does anybody care?
Question is, what do they think Mark Henry will bring to the table? The only thing I think that AEW believes is that this can get them into more charitable events, like with the Special Olympics,
Okay.
and that Mark Henry would be an ambassador for, you know, charity work.
Oh, that would make sense. But doesn't WWE kind of have a lock on those places?
No, those places don't deal in exclusivity. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's against the law.
Oh, alright.
Considering they are non-profit organizations.
Alright. Fair enough. AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega defeated Orange Cassidy and the Bastard Pack in 26:56. Did Orange Cassidy prove that he could be a main event player, Scooter?
Well, considering that this wasn't the main event, it very well could have been, but at the same time, is anybody surprised?
Probably not, no.
No. I mean, yeah, creative match, and yeah, it reinforces Kenny as that, is maybe even a bigger bastard. Uh,
Well,
I mean, what else is there to say?
fair enough.
I don't think, before the pandemic there was a time where I really thought, Cassidy could really be the breakout star. If he just looks like he takes it seriously, and great, he's got that shot, but he was never going to be champion with Kenny holding the title.
I think that's a fair assessment. Um, and he was the one that took the pin, but I think that's more on the lines of protecting Pac than rather than, oh, he has to take the pin. No?
Uh, Again, I don't know.
Well, and you know what maybe my issue was that they kind of went into this cold. I mean, there was only like a 2 week build up with Orange Cassidy, and he didn't really have a lot of momentum going into the match to begin with. To maybe make us believe that he could be a threat to Kenny Omega and actually win the championship.
True. I mean, when when Cassidy would confront Omega, Omega would make him look like a chump. I mean, yes, it got Omega over as a bully, but I mean, there's a difference between showing that you don't care and showing that you can only take so much.
But
And Cassidy really, he's at a point where the hands in the pockets, it seems like he doesn't want more.
you think
And
he's content
maybe
with just being where he is, how he is?
if he is content with how he is and who he is, good for him. God bless him. If he wants more out of wrestling, and it's very odd to say this in a world of almost constant gimmick changing. He's got to be open to changing, and he's got to be open to evolving. Orange Cassidy's character has to evolve beyond the guy who could do cool stuff with his hands in his pockets. I could do cool stuff. I could do cool stuff with my hands in my pockets. A lot of it would get me arrested, but still.
Now that leads us into our main event, the Stadium Stampede. The Inner Circle defeated the Pinnacle in 31-31. What say you, Scooter?
I didn't realize this pay-per-view was renamed No Surprise.
Double or Nothing, no surprise?
Instead of No Surrender, No Surprise.
Honestly, not as good as the first one, but I think the first one was maybe better because it was a little bit longer and you had more comedy with the Elite being in there. But other than that, it seemed like it was, what it needed to be, I guess.
Oh.
My question is, where does the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle go after this?
I mean, and God, who knows? All I can really be sure of is there's a Sting Chris Jericho match in the future.
Why?
Maybe even Sting MJF.
Oh God, why would we want that?
Because if if Jericho indicates he's gonna want a match with Sting, MJF will want to beat him to the punch.
Oh, that's true.
And then Chris Jericho would probably say, you know what? Fine, absolutely, you go ahead. And then Sting just beats him in 10 seconds.
I mean, that would
And
be
then
great storytelling.
and then it turns out that's Chris Jericho's last laugh on MJF. That chapter is done, and you can move on to Sting and Chris Jericho.
Now, the pit preview in its entirety, what do you say? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle?
I'm gonna say one thumb up and one severed thumb. It was average. You can't really follow a match like Blood and Guts with another 5-on-5 gimmick match.
It becomes a little much.
Yeah, it's like, and it loses its its glisten. It loses its specialness,
Right.
and it's just thumbs in the middle. Yeah.
Alright, well, I give it a thumbs up. It entertained me for, 4 hours, so I'm good with it. That will conclude our coverage of AEW Double or Nothing. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Wednesday as we interview Clutch Jesse V. And you can find the show on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E for all your Wrestling with E needs, news, the happenings, what's going on, next interviews, all that good stuff. And of course, this episode was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E for 10% off your next purchase. You can find me at JamesJ993 on Twitter. You can find Kaliko at I am Kaliko. And where can they find Scooter?
As always, you can find me on Twitter at ScooterDust and hold it down for UNB at UNBS Wrestling. And of course, you can find me on Twitch. In fact, you can find me on just a little bit. Played some Knockout City with the Smoking Dragons, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons. We raised over $3,000 for St. Jude's. We're so excited. We're so thrilled. And with Pride Month in the works, it's a good time to come on and check out the Smoking Dragons. There's 20 sides to every story. Come be a part of ours.
For Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.